Heading into Crown Jewel, Logan Paul only had 2 professional wrestling matches under his belt. He over-delivered in both, and that trend continued yesterday in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel when he put on a main event alongside Roman Reigns that was way better than it had any right to be. Both fans and fellow wrestlers took to social media to rave about how much charisma and natural talent in the ring the social media star displayed in his pinfall loss. Unfortunately, it turns out that performance came at a great cost. It seems Logan Paul tore his MCL, his meniscus and potentially his ACL. He made the somber announcement on his socials after the match and said he'd keep fans updated when he gets more information. Given it happened halfway across the world from where he lives, it may be a bit before we find out what his surgery and/or rehab schedule might look like. But most of it is likely going to depend on how severe the tear is and whether his ACL is injured too. Still, even with the disappointing injury, it's hard, as a fan, to be anything other than fired up about Logan Paul and his potential right now. We don't know all the details on his contract with WWE, but if he commits to being a full-time professional wrestler at some point, he could be one of the better guys in the entire business. He's just a perfect combination of raw athleticism and showmanship. Professional wrestling has a certain pace and timing that many performers never fully pick up, and he just has it naturally. He reminds me of Kurt Angle in that way, a spectacular athlete who has an innate sense of when to move quickly and when to milk the crowd. That timing was pretty perfectly showcased last night when Logan Paul went to the top ropes and delivered a frog splash for the ages, while holding his cell phone. It was even better than the one he gave The Miz at SummerSlam, and the video from his phone and has since gone viral and for obvious reasons. Logan Paul has now had 3 total matches in WWE, and they have all been bangers. First, he tagged alongside The Miz at WrestleMania and looked so good he had even hardened wrestling fans admitting there was something there. He delivered a ton of great moves, worked the hard camera and even riled up the crowd with an Eddie Guerrero-style 3 Amigos. Then, he had his first solo match against The Miz at SummerSlam, and surprise surprise, it was awesome too. The crowd was audibly against him when the match started, but by the end, they were cheering him and celebrating the finish. This match with Roman Reigns was, in my opinion, the best of the 3. I am not saying it was Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13, but it was a really fun main event that will be well remembered by fans. That's actually quite an impressive feat given the outcome was never in doubt, since WWE would never let Roman Reigns lose to someone with 3 career matches. But the 2 men had enough fun spots and told a good enough story that we were able to put aside all that and just enjoy the ride. Also, Logan Paul delivered a picture-perfect buckshot lariat that I've watched like 10 times. Fingers crossed this is the first of many main events for Logan Paul at upcoming premium live events, which stream exclusively in the US with a Peacock subscription.